welcome to my booktube.
Hey everyone! Thank you so much for joining me. Today I'm going to be going over the TBR for the Reading Rush. I'm new enough to booktube that I've never participated in and hadn't even heard of the Reading Rush until recently. I had been seeing everyone posting their TBRs and I just foolishly assumed that this was taking place in August, so I had some time to think about it. But no, I finally watched the video explaining the prompts and the Reading Rush last night, and then I was undecided on whether or not I was going to do it, but I decided, you know what? I need a little extra push to get some of the books that I already had on my TBR for July read, so I decided I was going to participate, and hopefully this will be the push that I need to get a little reading in and catching up on some of that. The first prompt in the Reading Rush is to read a book with the color of your birthstone. So I'm born in March and my birthstone is aquamarine, therefore I needed to find a book with light blue on it. The book that I chose from my TBR that matches this is The Final Empire by Brandon Sanderson. This is the first book in the Mistborn trilogy. This is already a buddy read that I have going on for the month of July. I'm reading with Tawny over at Tawny Reads and Brittany from Brittany's Book Blog. So I'll link their channels down below in case you're interested, and I'll also have the Reading Rush, of course, linked down below. The magic system in Mistborn is really cool. Basically, you burn different metals and it has a different effect. So you can either push on metal objects or pull on them and those sorts of things. In the first book, I think there's more types of metals later on, but in the first book there are 8 different types of metals if I remember correctly, and the Mistborns are able to use all of the types of metals. And so this book follows our 2 main characters, Kelsier and Vin. There are some other secondary characters who are part of their inner circle. So they form a group of misfits who are going to band together to try to take down the Lord Ruler. So the Lord Ruler is basically what happens if the bad guy wins. He has been in power for the past 1,000 years, and it seems like everything in the world is just going terribly. There's ash falling from the sky. I'm really excited to reread this book. I did read it first, I can't remember when, probably March, something like that. And it is a buddy read. We are reading the whole series together and I haven't read the second 2 books, so I really need to catch up and get this read this month. Prompt number 2 is to read a book that starts with the word the. This one is The Betrothed by Kira Cass. This is a book that I received in my Magical Reads crate from last month. I'm just trying to keep up with reading all of my Magical Read crate books as they come in, so hopefully I don't fall too far behind like I have with Kingdom of Back. This sounds like a fantasy romance novel. It sounds like the main character has caught the eye of the king and he had never really been the type to settle down until he meets her, and so she wants to prove that she is capable and prepared to be the queen. It does sound like there is some magic in here too, although don't really know what that looks like. So I'm really interested to get into this one. I feel like it's not a book that I typically would have picked up for myself, but I think it sounds interesting and it might be like a light, fun read compared to a lot of the other ones that I've been reading lately. Prompt number 3 is to read a book that inspired a movie that you've already seen. So normally I prefer to read the books first, but in this case I actually have seen the show first, so I hope that it counts. The one I've chosen for this is The Sword of Destiny by Andrzej Sapkowski. He is the one who wrote the Witcher series. This book is the second set of short stories for the Witcher series, and I did watch the Netflix show after having played the video game, and now I'm reading the books last. So yeah, I'm gonna get this one finished this month too, hopefully. Prompt number 4 is a little bit open to interpretation, so it is read the first book that you touch. So for this one, I had a pile of graphic novels that I wanted to get into, and I reached for The Rat Queen first because I really want to get to this. I am going to be reading Volume 2 of The Rat Queens because I loved Volume 1 and I've been dying to get to Volume 2, so I've put that one here. Prompt number 5 is to read a book completely outside of your house, and they did change this prompt a little bit due to COVID, because when they had first come up with the prompts it was before the pandemic, and so this can be changed so you either read the book while listening to outdoor noises or you read it by the window or something like that. I luckily have access to be able to read a book outside. I'm actually going camping this upcoming weekend, so I'll be bringing it with me. I'm going camping this weekend with my fiance, my best friend, and maybe my brother, so I'm bringing something a little bit shorter to read because I don't want to be rude and just read the whole time. I decided to finally get around to Monstrous. This is another graphic novel. I picked this one up because it's stunning. I don't know too much of what it's about, but I thought the artwork was beautiful, so I'm really dying to get into this because it just looks gorgeous and like a really interesting storyline. From what I know, I believe she is a werewolf, and that's pretty much all I know. Number 6 is to read a book from a genre that you've always wanted to read more of, and a genre I've been hoping to get a lot more into is science fiction, so I'm going to also read Saga. This is supposed to be a sci-fi graphic novel, and it's also fairly short, so I'll probably be bringing this on my camping trip as well. Yeah, I don't know too much about what Saga is about either. I was just looking for graphic novel recommendations recently, and from what I remember that person describing, it sounded like it would be really interesting, so I decided to give that a try. And the very last prompt, number 7, is to read a book that takes place on a different continent from you. So I live in Canada, so the book that I'm hopefully going to be finally finishing is Surprise! The Kingdom of Back by Marie Lu. For some reason, it's just taking me so long to get to this book and to get around it. Like, I'm still super early in. I'm maybe on page 50. Like, it's getting ridiculous at this point. So this takes place in Europe, different continent for me. I'm really hoping to finally push through the first part of this because it does follow the perspective of them while they're children, and I'm just not that attached to it right now, but I've heard such good things about it, and I really want to like this book, and I really want to finish this book. I'll get to it eventually. So yeah, those are the books that I'm hoping to get to this week for the Reading Rush. So the Reading Rush does take place from July 20th to the 26th, so Monday to Sunday night, and I'm really hoping that I'll get through all of them. You know me, I'm probably not going to. And like they were saying in their TBR as well, they probably won't get to all of theirs too. Another cool thing about most of the readathons is you are able to double up books, which is fantastic. So even if I don't read every single one of the 7 books, some of them overlap. So that's awesome. I can at least count it all as having been done, which is great. Another part of the Reading Rush is to do daily vlogs. I will not be doing daily vlogs because I've never really done a vlog before, except for my kind of mini vlog that I did for one of my unboxings. But I am going to try vlogging, which I think will be really fun. So I'm going to take little snippets of here and there of things that I'm doing throughout the week. I do have a really busy week coming up, which is another reason why I don't think that I'll get to all of my books for this TBR. I'm going camping on Friday, coming back Sunday, so that's a good chunk of my typical reading time is going to be taken up with that camping trip. And then I also am having a wine night with a friend of mine on Thursday because I'm off on Friday, so I'll be busy that night too. So I really only have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday nights because I am still working full-time the rest of the week. So we'll see how much I'm able to get through. I also have lots of cleaning that I need to do because I'm really picky where I need to have my house spotless before I leave and change my sheets and get everything all prepared so that when I come back I come home to a really nice clean house. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. It's mostly going to be me cleaning or reading or working, but I'm going to try to make it interesting for you. At least my camping trip will have some quality stuff because I do live in Alberta and we're going camping in the mountains, so at least that will be beautiful. But yeah, that's everything that I have so far today. I need to get prepared on getting a whole bunch of stuff done and starting my vlogging for this week. If you're participating in the Reading Rush, let me know what you're reading down below, which prompts you're doing, if you're meshing any of the prompts together, or if you're gonna see how it goes too, let me know. I would love to hear from you down in the comments down below. I think that's one of my favorite parts of BookTube, is being able to reply back, so I would appreciate it. Anyways, I thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you and have a great day. Bye!